Welcome back to the Calmie Africana Diary Show, or let me just say good morning and welcome to the Calmie African Diary Show right here on the Black Fire Network Media for the 21st century. I do trust that everyone is doing okay. And once more, karibuni sana. This is the Calmie African Diary Show right here on the Black Fire Network Media for the 21st century. Let me know how you are faring on, considering that we are on the 27th a day that is of the new year. I'm talking about the year 2021. Let me know how you are doing. How is the year so far so good that is on your side? My name is Calmie, and this is the Calmie African Diary Show right here on the Black Fire Network. And of course, today we are talking about history. And of course, before we did get to take that short break, I shared with you an amazing an amazing image of some unique island in Senegal that is entirely made of shells. And we have been talking about how nature is so unique, how nature is so beautiful. We have been talking about the African, of course, weather. There is not only the weather, but there is just a lot of amazing things that you can get to take a look at. And of course, today we will be focusing on Senegal, because I do trust that there is a lot of information we actually do not know out here in regards to what Africa gets, of course, to give us. That is what Mother Nature gets to give us. So, of course, stay tuned and keep it the Calmie African Diary Show right here on the Black Fire Network Media for the 21st century. It is on a Wednesday, so definitely we get to talk about history. But before I even get to talk about history, how are you doing? How is your Wednesday turning out? Let me know how is your Wednesday turning out. And I see already at Ricardo, you have joined us. Good morning, Ricardo. I trust that you are doing okay. Welcome to the Calmie African Diary Show right here on the Black Hot Fire Network. And of course, to those who are watching, we highly appreciate you. Those who are watching, to those who are listening, because we do understand. At the end of the day, you have, to do that is to do the target that you did set for the day, perhaps going to work, perhaps running a few errands. Of course, we highly appreciate you taking your time and joining us here on the Blackout Fire Network media for the 21st century. Of course, I'm pretty much excited, but let me just tell you one thing. Here in Nairobi, it is pretty much hot. It is hot in Nairobi. I'm actually feeling now the January weather the way it's supposed to be. When we started January, it was a little bit rainy, but right now I think just a little changes in the environment. But I must admit that the nights are very cold and windy. That is what we are experiencing here. But nevertheless, karibuni sana. This is the Calmie African Diary Show right here on the Black Hot Fire Network media for the 21st century. And remember, if you did not get, that is to join us on the show, or rather if you did not get the opportunity to rather get to listen to the show, you can simply log in on www.blackoutfirenetwork.com. Once you are logged in, you can continue and of course take a look at some of the videos that you might have missed. And still on the Blackout Fire website, you can proceed, get to enjoy the music. We have been talking about how you need to feed your soul some positive, of course, vibrations, and definitely Blackout Fire got you covered with the amazing music. And still on that, you can proceed, that is to donate and support the network. We also appreciate that by simply logging into www.blackhotfirenetwork.com. Once more, karibuni sana. And this is the Calmie African Diary Show. And at Ricardo said, hello, my beautiful Africa from America. Wow, that is a great Ricardo. Well, hello to you too. I do trust that you are doing absolutely wonderful. And before I even get to continue with the show, I love to remind us that come the month of April, we will be going to Tanzania. I mean, just a few minutes ago, I was complaining how hot it is here. Of course, Tanzania, it's a little bit, hot. You just do not need something warm. So if you happen to be in that bracket of people who actually have been shopping for lighter clothes, but they didn't get that opportunity to wear these clothes due to the weather that you guys have in the diaspora, Tanzania is waiting for you. And just like I've shared one image about Senegal in terms of its amazing island, Tanzania also has some beautiful islands there that you can get to take a look at in terms of even collecting shells. The last time I was there, I got to collect these shells, and trust me, I have them in a clear glass vase, and they look absolutely amazing and unique. So also that is an activity you can get to do once you are on the beach. And also one thing about Tanzania, it is the culture of the people, and that is why today on the Calmie African Diary Show we are venturing, that is all the way to Senegal. I believe a lot of limelight isn't given to Senegal, but today we will be focusing on Senegal because I do trust that Senegal has some unique, amazing things that you can get to take a look at. So of course, stick by and keep it the Calmie African Diary Show right here on the Blackout Fire Network media for the 21st century as we take this short, of course, a musical, of course, that is a musical break. But when we will be back, we'll get to proceed with the show. First of all, I'll get to update you on what is happening in Africa. Keep it the Blackout Fire Network media for the 21st century. Karibuni sana to the Calmie African Diary Show right here on the Blackout Fire Network Media for the 21st century. Remember, you are listening. You are listening to the Blackout Fire Network Media for the 21st century, and we are coming live to you all the way from Nairobi, Kenya. And before I did get to take that short break, remember you have just highlighted on the Tanzanian trip that is set to take place come the month of April. Trust me, if you want to join us, feel free to interact with Kip. He'll give you a way forward in regards to that. But moving on from that, let me start the show with this amazing Senegalese proverb that says, "Not everything can be seen, but everything exists." Let me repeat this. Not everything can be seen, but everything exists. That is absolutely correct. On a daily basis, we have, scientists, trying to discover the universe and things like that. Yeah, they have discovered a few, but there's just some things that we cannot even be able to see, but these things still do get to exist with us, even away from the scientist world. We as Africans, at some point you can't get to hear about an African country and you're like, you have this a version of Africa that has been created to you, whereby you think that Africa is just a poor state, that there isn't something beautiful that Africa gets to offer you. Let me tell you, you cannot see that, but everything gets to exist. And of course, who knew that in Senegal we would be having of course this unique island that gets to exist? And I'm talking about of course this unique island that is it is called let me just get this correct, it is called the Fariot Island in Senegal. And this is one particular place on earth. If I was given an opportunity, I wouldn't want to miss traveling. And most of the time, if you get to walk around in cemeteries, of course, they give me the goosebumps too. But you'll get to realize that there's a certain theme of how people have been buried. But when you get to a Senegal, that is at Fadiot, if I pronounce that correct, at Fadiot actually, you will see that even at the cemetery, people are buried with shells. I mean, this gets to exist in Africa, on earth. Whoever knew this is existing? I never knew until just a few moments ago. I was like, wow, I'm a fan of shells. I mean, given an opportunity, I wouldn't mind going to this place. There's just something so amazing about shells. Shells have been in existence. We cannot know the number of years they've spent on Earth. Some shells happen to be older than us, because on most of the time these shells are just they're just, of course, they come to the seashore on most occasion. But I'm not talking about the situation that you get to witness in Mombasa, Kenya, or the situation you get to witness in Tanzania. I'm talking about an island that has shells. Not that these shells have been washed on the seashore, but these shells have been existing. I mean, that is so unique about Senegal. And remember, today we are just talking about, African history. We'll get to venture on the history of the people of Senegal, their type of food, what do they like most. And the reason as to why we are actually focusing on Senegal is the fact that this year, 2021, they'll be hosting also the Olympics, which is something good. So for those who love sports and you wouldn't mind, touring Africa, I can also suggest that you can get right. Take a look at this for yourself. You can't get to try the culture of the Senegalese people. Because let me tell you one thing, actually, the staple food is fish and rice. I cannot pronounce that name correctly because it's just a little bit complicated for me. But the staple food is a fish and rice. And also, in Senegal, they get to export fish. So you can imagine you can get to enjoy a fish at a cheaper price, something that is just natural, fresh from the lake. Because I believe our seas are not that polluted, compared to the fishes that you get to enjoy maybe in the diaspora. I'm not saying that all of them are polluted, but on higher chances. Most of the time, most of the government experiments they are thrown in these in the seas, in the ocean, and so on. So of course, I was just talking about these shells that do get to exist in Senegal, which is quite unique, which is quite, Mother Nature gets to give us something so unique that you can, get, that it can actually get to, help us understand nature more. It can get to calm you as an individual. You have to like sit down and be like, okay, how did this actually get to exist? How did so and so, how did this situation get to exist in the first place? I mean, there is no sea here, but this is just an island full of shells. Remember, we are talking about Senegal, and this is the Calmie African Diary Show right here on the Black Hot Fire Network. Let me just proceed and get, of course, to share with you, as much as we get to talk about history. I also love for a fact that it is good we talk about the past and also the present. So, of course, to the ladies in the house, I got you covered in terms of some of the protective hairstyles you can get to enjoy. And all this is Africa. Remember, we do have the Fulani braids. We also do have the Senegalese braids that I'll briefly get to share that with you. But before that, let's take a look at the Senegambian stone circle. It is believed that for you to determine the existence of a certain place, you have to take a look at some of the ancient things that are there. I'm talking about the likes of maybe stones, the likes of maybe just some old artifacts, that you can get to use. So for that is for archaeologists to determine the existence of Senegambia, or rather Senegal. They got to use stone circles. And these stone circles, it is also a good tourist destination that you can get to use. The people of Senegal, they actually just found them there. Remember, I'm not talking about a tourist destination, but this is how rich Africa actually is. And every time we get to talk about Africa, trust me, in each African country, there is a uniqueness in terms of their culture, in terms of some of the artifacts that actually get to talk about their existence. So of course, the stone that is the stone circles in Senegambia, they were used to determine the existence of Senegal. And of course, I do not want to even get into the existence of that because different articles got different information. But they consist of, in Senegal, they actually consist of 21 circles, including one double cycle. And the site actually, it contained 9 layer stones or bived stones. And sometimes, but in Guinea, we do have 11 circles. Sorry, earlier on I had said 11 in Senegal, but in Senegal it is 21 stones that were used to determine the existence of Senegal. And that is why from time to time we have been talking about the situation in Mali, in that the militants in Mali, they want to destroy all these old places. I'm talking about in terms of mosque, I'm talking about in terms of tombs, in terms of just any artifact that will be a tourist destination, just any artifact that will remind the people where they are coming from, which is quite bad that in Mali they get to destroy their history. But I'm for this idea that if the history of a country is preserved, then we have all the benefits to ourselves. So, of course, just to proceed with that, that is a part of some of the things that do get to exist in Senegal. I remember we are talking, of course, about a history here, and of course, it is good, this we get to talk about the stone circles because this is just an African journey, and of course, different articles have different information regarding that. But this is an African journey. Let me just get to share this with you such that you can see for yourself how indeed beautiful nature is, how indeed beautiful Africa is blessed with this. And Ricardo said, the creator teaches you, I can see you, yet you cannot see me. Wow. This is the gift I give you. Out of one, we are many. Africa Lumumba. Wow. Thank you so much for that information at Ricardo. We really appreciate that. Let me just share with you some of the amazing things that you can get to see in Senegambia and sorry, in Senegal. And remember, we are talking about the history of Senegal because there's something rich. We are, of course, starting with the past, but as we'll get to proceed with the show, we'll get that is to share that is what is current. Hi, Keith. Okay, Keith, can you hear me?
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you too.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Okay,
you.
you can hear me. Okay.
Yes, I can
My
hear
voice
you.
is my voice is still recovering, family. Okay. My voice is still recovering, family, from food poisoning. So yeah, I know my voice is still
Sorry,
messed up. So forgive
sorry about
forgive my voice. That's not your fault, it's my fault. I should have been ordering food.
that. Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't have been doing delivery food because I don't know who's making it. So that's what I get. That's what I get. So as a lesson, sometimes, Cammy, when people are hard headed, they gotta learn the hard way.
True
I
that.
knew I wasn't supposed to be ordering delivery food, and I still did
Mhm.
it. And what'd you say, Cammy?
And I'm just listening to you. I'm trying to picture the situation that you got yourself in.
Mm. Oh I was pretty bad this weekend. Oh my God, I haven't been that bad in a long time. So, family, don't don't order no food from nobody you don't know to deliver it. 'Cause it might be you might you might get something you didn't order.
That is
Called food
true.
poisoning. Yeah, you
Sorry
might get
about.
something you didn't order, and that's never a good thing. It can leave you in it can leave you on your bed in the fetal position, brought up brought
That.
up like a little child crying for your mommy. Mommy, where you at? Let me stop. So you talk about so so you talk about Senegal, right, Cammy?
Yes, I'm talking about Senegal.
Okay. Well, Senegal. When we talk about Senegal, we're talking about the ancient Mali Empire, ancient
Hmm.
ancient ancient Songhai Empire that included Senegal, Gambia, modern day Mali, Chad. I think Niger and Chad, all the way to Chad, if I'm not mistaken. But
Hmm.
so, um, what were you saying about I came into your live to see. You were saying there's a problem with some people tearing something down or something. You were saying.
Yes, I was talking about the situation that is in Mali. It has been going on for quite a long time. That they have not been preserving their culture. Most of these, that is the militants, they have been targeting the historical places in Mali. They have destroyed some mosque. And
Wow.
remember something that is historical in a country gets to remind the people where they are coming from.
Yeah, that's true. That's a it's sad to say that
Yeah.
Mali 1,000 years ago was more intelligent than it is today.
Mm-hmm.
African history is always complex. It's very complex. Mali 1,000 years ago, what was it called? Yeah, what was called the Mali Empire then was much more educated then than it is now. 'Cause at that time, it was the leading educational center of the world, not just in Africa, of the world. Today, it's mired in ignorance and religious strife, and it's crazy. Since colonization, Mali is a
True.
basket case. Doesn't know itself. Doesn't eh, colonization did such a damage. It's done so much damage in Africa. Um, like I said, it's part of the cosmic sleep. Still, we go through a sleep period. Everybody understand we go through a sleep period. But
Mm-hmm.
if you went back this 1,000 years ago, not even that, just 700 years ago, Mali was the intellectual giant of the world. Like I said, not just Africa, of the world.
Yes.
Is it that today? Hell no. Is it that? Would you say
It's
I'm going to
with
Mali to get an education? People like, hey, you going to where to get what education? I'm going to
today.
Mali to get me a good education. They, they, they would say, Cammy, good luck with that. Good luck with that. You better put on a helmet and a flak jacket.
That is a death sentence that you will be wishing yourself, because the level of insecurity in Mali is just on another level. And you are right, Keith, to talk about that right now it is Mali right now it is in ruins, as opposed to the past Mali that we used to know, the Mali that was on the map as that one magnificent a place that you go and get maybe quality education, the resources there and things like that. But right now, with the change in government, or rather after that is colonization, things have really taken the wrong turn in Mali.
You got that right. That's where that
Mhm.
girl. That's where that singer from too. I Nakamori. That's a bad black young lady. My God, I like. I don't know. I don't even know what she's saying, but she got it. Whatever it is, she got it.
True.
You know when somebody's good. You know when
Hmm.
somebody's good, but you can't understand them, and you still clapping your fingers and tapping your feet. I don't know what the hell they saying, but it sure sound good.
He's very much talented.
She's
I
very
think she's
talented.
a very. Mhm.
Yes, I'm agreeing. Well, African women are talented anyway. I'm agreeing. I was just surprised that that kind of talent still came out of Mali with all the strife and man. I want to visit. Keith, you ever go to the Dogon? And the hell no, I'm not going to visit nothing. I go, close I get to the Dogon or the one in Bikini Faso, and that ain't even safe. I ain't even safe going to Bikini Faso, Jack. No, hell no. I don't need nobody. I don't need nobody shooting me in the face. Talking about what tribe are you from? I'm from the
uh,
African tribe. That ain't good enough. How? Oh no, hell no.
they'll say that you've gone there with the westernization to mess the women of Mali and the children of Mali.
Yeah, I've come to mess up the minds of the Malian
Mm,
women.
true.
Nah, I ain't coming to mess with them. I just came to see the Dogon. Uh, Dogon are not Islamic. We're gonna kill you. I said, okay. Time for me to get back on the plane and get the hell out of here. I'm
Hmm.
I'm like Cammy. Going to Mali, that's a no for me. That's a no.
Mali, Nigeria, Mali and Nigeria is gonna
I go
take some time.
I go I go I would go to Nigeria. I would go to the Congo. Part
Keith,
not
right
all the
now.
Congo, but Kinshasa. I would go to
You see,
Congo before I go to Mali, Jack.
uh
I go to I go to Kinshasa I go to Kinshasa, Cammy, anytime.
You
but
don't want to go
but
to the
but
mines.
Molly,
You don't
well,
want to go to
I don't
Congo
think I'm
to
gonna go
the
to
mines.
mines, but I don't want to go to mines in Congo, but I go to the capital city. Capital city looks a lot of fun. I
Yeah.
go to Kinshasa, but no one, you know what, Cammy? No one ever
Mhm.
talks about the other part of Congo. Why nobody ever talks about the Republic of the Congo? They're the Congo too. Nobody, everybody talks about the DRC, but
Yeah,
nobody
yeah,
talks
but
about the RC.
I
You
think
know,
maybe
no one talks about
maybe. Hmm.
nobody talks about the RC. What about them? What about the Republic of the Congo?
I think maybe it has insecurity. Actually, the Republic of Congo might be having a lot of insecurities. Maybe there. Maybe that's why nobody wants to be that much interested. But yeah, you are correct. DRC gets to get the limelight most of the time. And actually, the Republic of Congo
Yeah,
was, I think, in its independence. I think maybe in the year 1960. But still, I don't think a lot of activities
I
get to
thought you.
take.
I wonder
Mhm.
why. I wonder. Yeah, I wonder why you. I wonder why you and Spikes have never done a story on the Republic of the Congo. Because I said, why they never do a story on the Republic? What about the Republic of the Congo? I think it. I think it's pretty. Sadly enough, I
Mhm.
think the Republic of the Congo is pretty. Is more underdeveloped than even the other Congo. I think the Republic of the Congo is my ignorance and underdeveloped. I don't ever hear
Yeah,
nothing about it. I don't
it's
know
it's
none of the
called.
cities, Cammy.
Uh-huh. No, it's called the Congo. It's called. I mean, its capital city is Brazzaville.
Okay. Do they speak? Do they speak Lingala, Cammy? Do they speak Swahili? Most of Congo speak Swahili.
Yeah,
Does the Republic of Congo? Do they speak Swahili too?
I think the official language there is French.
Okay, so it's still French. Okay, uh,
Yeah.
but do they speak Lingala or any other African language besides French? Oh yeah, I know they got a
Mm-hmm.
European language. I know that. What's the African language there? Gotta be
Maybe they.
if they speak
Mm-hmm.
if they speak Swahili in the Congo, and that was all one landmass before the white man got there. They gotta speak Swahili also in the Republic of the Congo. Cam.
Mm-hmm.
Those borders are
Maybe.
phony.
Yeah, maybe they get to speak a little bit of that. But Republic of Congo, actually, I think okay, I think even many people get to forget about it. And Keith, before you even get to proceed, right now the situation in Nigeria, because you say that you might want to go to Nigeria sometime. Right now in
Oh no
Nigeria,
no
actually,
no 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 no! I don't want to go. I said I would go. Nigeria's a basket case. Nigeria's
because
a basket case. Go ahead. Go
yeah,
ahead. About
uh-huh. Right
go
now,
ahead, Cammy.
Buhari has fired all the armed forces chief. So you can imagine the level of insecurity that is there because Nigeria has been battling with some criminal gangs with kidnap for ransom. So you might be kidnapped a kid while you are in Nigeria. Right now, things are not good in terms of
Oh,
security
true.
unless
Yeah.
you have that.
Nigeria, Nigeria was set up as a fiefdom for the British, Cammy. Even more than
Mhm.
Kenya. Kenya was set up as a fiefdom too. But Nigeria is so corrupt, so bad, so that's why Nigerians everywhere but in Nigeria. You find
Mhm.
you find Nigerians everywhere. You go to America, the Nigerians. You go to England, the Nigerians. You go to France, the Nigerians. You go to South Africa, Kenya, the Nigerians. You go to China, the Nigerians. You go to Australia, the Nigerians. You go everywhere, the Nigerians, but in fucking Nigeria. That's how
True.
corrupt it is. so, so Nigeria was set up as a fiefdom, and until the people rise up and overthrow the government and completely take it back, Nigeria is always going to be a basket case. Nigeria is the richest country in Africa, and everybody's impoverished. How can that be? How can that be? When let's say Libya didn't have half the money
Mhm.
Nigeria did. But when Gaddafi ruled, all the people were rich. He was supposed to be a terrorist. Everybody in Libya
True.
lived great lives, and he was supposed to be a terrorist. Even though he was a
Yeah.
terrorist, because he was sharing the wealth of the country with his people. And white people don't like that. How dare you not let us steal all the money out of here and leave these people impoverished? Gaddafi
That is
didn't do
what they
that.
are doing.
What did you say, Cammy?
I'm saying that is what they are doing to earn a living and to continue, of course, living that a posh lifestyle.
Yeah, well, all the leaders in Africa, and I
Mhm.
got the Greek. Thank God somebody finally. So I was looking at the African Pan African Daily Show with Dr. Tata. She said we need a military in Africa. Let's stop with all the forgiving and all the dumb shit. I thank
Mhm.
God. She said we need a real military. These white people have been stealing from us forever. We don't got a real military. Until we
True.
get a real military, and she said the question, why can't we go to war with France? Why can't we go to war with these other countries that are stealing from African people? Thank
Well,
God somebody's waking
they,
up.
they are actually looting our resources and making weapons. So we have the
Yeah.
resources, but we do not, or rather, we are ignorant in knowing how to make these weapons. That is why we can't even risk going to war with them. At General Mosquito, good morning. You've said, who has time for kidnapping in this day and age? Trust me, Nigerians have all that time. Perhaps you might find your hands, I mean, yourself in the hands of this kidnapper, and they wonder why they chose you. I mean, they just get to kidnap you. Think they just know who has money, or they just get to
They
know
need
that
some money. That's why Mosquito. They need money. They're broke. That's why you got
that is what
kidnapping
messed.
in Nigeria. Because
Mhm.
the government is so corrupt. They stole all the money.
Yeah.
And and the people that's kidnapping, they know Nigeria has money.
Mhm.
Undistributed. It's so it's set up as they might not know that Nigeria was set up as a thief dump. They know Nigeria's got money, and all these
Yeah.
politicians got all the money, and they don't. So they're gonna kidnap. That's what happens. That's what they do in Mexico. Mexico, they kidnap your ass because it's such an unfair country. Shit, fuck around in Mexico, they kidnap your ass
Mhm.
because it's an unfair. Because Mexico is a rich country too, but the people are poor. That's why they flood into America. But the elite who run Mexico get all the money. They don't
Yeah.
share it with nobody but themselves. So you go to Mexico on vacation, they know they're kidnapping your ass. You better tell your family the wires $1 million are gonna blow your head off. What kind of you won't get me going no fucking Mexico for no trip. Fuck that.
I wouldn't even dare. I wouldn't even dare.
I don't
See,
care. I don't care what Lapita ain't going to about. I was born, I'm Kenyan. I was born in Mexico. I go there to vacation. Well, good luck with that, Lapita. You take your ass there. I'm not going no fucking Mexico.
because even the ransom they'll ask, knowing that you are a tourist, they'll know that your family better cough that money. And on most the chances, your family even didn't know you were in Mexico. So it's you and
Damn
I
right. You're
wife.
damn right. They like they got somebody calling up in a Mexican accent. Yo, I got your son here. Who the hell is this? Hello? Who's this? We are in we are in La Cruces, Mexico. I don't know
Mm.
nobody in no damn La Cruces, Mexico. Your son is here on vacation. You give us money. I'm not giving you a damn thing. Click. What happened? What did my father say? He said he didn't know you was in Mexico. Did you tell him about you was in Mexico? No. I just went for 3 or 4 days. We're gonna call him again. If he doesn't pick up and says, "Mom, we're gonna kill your ass." Hello? I just
Uh,
told you we got your son. Is this a goddamn joke? I don't got time for jokes. I'm busy. And then for the
mhm.
people just say, Dad, it's me. I'm in Mexico. Why you tell me you was in Mexico? I
They'll
told you keep your black. Go ahead. Go ahead, Cam.
they'll actually start asking you where you got that kind of money to take yourself to Mexico in the first
No,
place.
no, 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 no. Cammy, Mexico is cheap. Mexico's
Oh,
actually cheap. Yeah, it's very cheap. That's why people go. That's why, yeah, Mexico's very cheap. Very, very, very mucho, mucho cheapy. So that's why they go. It's cheap. Very, very cheap, Cammy. Very,
mhm.
hell, it's almost, hell, that's why you hear the Kenyan guy when he goes to Mexico. I am mad about cheap.
Mm.
Mexico's cheap like Africa. Yes, very, very, very cheap.
Mhm.
So you go over there, you take your American dollars, you get to be a baller, Cammy. I'm balling out of control over here. Look at me, goddammit.
You
And
get to
so
control everyone.
that's right. And that's when the Mexican bandits say, yeah, you're balling. We about to kidnap your ass.
You've made my day. And of course, it is good to be cautious. It's good just to actually dig in some information before you get to go as anywhere else. And just to continue with the show, remember we are talking also about Senegal. We are talking about Africa at large, the situation that different African countries have found themselves in. We are also talking about history. We are also talking about the current issues in Africa. And perhaps you are wondering, what is Senegal known for? It is known for its delicious cuisine. And of course, I've told you this is a country that gets to export fish, and it also gets to export peanuts. So, of course, for the lovers, if you are the lover, I mean, if you get to love the two of these, of course, delicacies, then definitely Senegal is the place for you to be. Perhaps, Kit, you can forget about the Ugandan fish and try some a little bit of some local cuisine in Senegal. And
Senegal, but
also,
Senegal is known for the Moorish Empire coming out of there years ago. Known for the
uh,
Moorish Empire coming out. It's known for being highly educated at one time. Not today. Not
mhm,
today. One time, it was one of the parts of the lights of Africa.
mhm.
Um, I've been to Senegal. I
Wow.
don't like that they speak French.
Mhm,
I don't like the French have really messed up the African's mind even worse than the English.
mhm,
French did a number on the African mind even worse than the English uh, 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 um, colonization. Because the French Negro think he's a Frenchman. I said, listen here, stupid. You're not French. This is a language they gave you, stupid. You're not French. You get that? You're not a Frenchman, stupid. Jesus Christ. You're not French. Papa, we be. You're not French. Now you are a Negro that speaks French, yes. Like I'm a
mhm.
Negro that speaks English. I'm not an Englishman, stupid. I'm not an
True.
Englishman. I'm still an African. I
Mhm,
speak English because I was colonized and controlled by people that spoke English. You were
mhm,
colonized and controlled by white people that spoke French. Okay? You're not a Frenchman. And you arguing and fighting with other Africans who speak English is
mhm.
idiotic. That's what it sounds like. The French Negro is like arrogant. I don't get it. Why are you so arrogant because you speak French? I don't. I don't get it. So that's what I don't like.
Uh-huh.
That's what I don't like. I don't like it.
Mhm. But sadly enough, that is what a lot of countries that were colonized by maybe the French, the British, they get to speak that. For example, the last time we were in Rwanda, they got, the housekeeper actually, they kept communicating in French, and now it has becoming a language barrier, like you're really taking your time to understand. He's trying English, but the English is more like a French. So most Africans are actually, are messed up with that because to them, maybe
I
they
will,
think,
but
uh-huh,
I will say the Rwandese are not arrogant with their French, and they're dropping their French for English.
yeah.
Paul Kagame's making them drop their French for English because
Mhm.
France has done so much damage to Africa and African people. I
True.
mean, they all have. The British are too, but the French may be even worse than the British. French may be even worse than the fucking British. So he's dropping the French and
Mm.
implementing English in Rwanda in the schools. So
Wow.
shout out to him for doing that. But
Yeah.
the Rwandese are not arrogant with their French. Most West Africa with that French shit, Cameroon, Cote
Mm-hmm.
d'Ivoire,
Even
Senegal,
Nigerians.
Nigeria,
I
speak that
actually,
French.
Kit, I
Go ahead.
have Nigerian. Actually, Kit, I have Nigerian neighbors, and all they do on the weekends is party, 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 party. and get to speak French all over the cookbook. It's like they own that apartment.
Oh, see, there you go. See.
And they cook some jollof rice, disturbing the entire apartment with their spices. But anyway,
Hey,
it's
you just do. I gotta hear this. Now, are you saying, Cammy, that when the
yes.
Nigerians cook their food, it stinks? Are you saying
No,
you can
it
smell it? Oh, go ahead.
no, it actually smells so nice because of the spices they get
Okay.
to use. They have some unique way of preparing, and now when you that is climbing the stairs, you're like, hey, that house, the food that is being cooked there, they get to overspice it in some way.
Well, West
That is what
Africa,
Kenyan girls love.
West Africa uses more spices than East
Hmm.
Africa because East Africa was first sad enough invaded by other cultures, and
Hmm.
it stripped a lot of East African culture away.
Hmm.
Africa's where all the invasions came to Africa first from the east. Africa was being so the eastern part of Africa was fighting longer than the western part of Africa. So a lot
Hmm.
of that culture was stripped out of Africa through the slave trade going back to the east.
Hmm.
So yeah, so a lot of those traditions were lost in East Africa, actually, because Africa has been fighting for so damn long about
Hmm.
these invasions. And coming from the east, the Eastern Africa has been fighting longer. Well, a lot of East Africans moved west, so there's really no such thing as an East and West Africa. So
Hmm.
that's another lie. Are you West Africa? There's no such thing. Africans moved, migrated up, south, north. I know that the Zulu, who were called the Nungi, whatever, they were up in Kemet. That's a fact. The people that are in Kenya were up in Kemet. That's a fact. When they got invaded, they came south. Some stopped in Kenya. Some kept going southern. Some kept going west. So to say you're East African or West African is actually idiotic, uneducated. Don't really know such thing. Because before the borders, Africans traveled everywhere in Africa. I might say, well, I'm tired of being this part that was called Kenya today, and I just sit up and move to Cameroon or up and move down to Namibia. Then I moved over to Mozambique today. Then what am I? Am I East African? Am I West African? Am I Southern African?
Hmm.
No, there's really no such thing. I'm an African. And as the African takes back his history, knows that I'm an African. I'm not going to fight East Africans, Southern Africans, or West Africans. I'm an African. That's what I am. And I am a proud African because I know real African history. I'm a
Hmm.
proud African. I'm proud African. A lot of Africans are ashamed to be African. I'm ashamed to be African. Fuck that. I'm a proud African. Not next, the history of Africa. I'm a proud African. And I put my culture and tradition against anybody. Europeans, Asians, we are the first people on the planet.
Hmm.
I mean, by billions of years. We're the first people who taught science. We're the first people to taught mathematics. We're the first people to taught language. We're the first people to taught writing. We're the first in everything. We're the first people to love a goddamn woman. We're the first people to do every damn thing. And I put that unapologetically in anybody's face. We are the first, and we are the greatest thing since sliced bread, damn it. So go ahead, Gabby.
Absolutely, I agree with you on that. And of course, it is good that we get, to appreciate and of course to speak. That is strongly that you are African. And of course, this issue of a division that I'm coming from the West, from the East, and so on. Most people actually get to use that, forgetting that we are one. But just to continue with, of course, also something that of course has come to my attention in terms of the Senegalese culture is that they love music and other arts. I'm talking about sports. Perhaps you're wondering which type of sports the people of Senegalese get to participate in. They love one, of course,
But
a sport
Gabby,
which is,
but Gabby,
yes.
okay, man, what African people don't love music? That's how you know what African people, what African culture anywhere on the continent can say, you know what? We don't like music. We don't like to dance.
I haven't
You
heard
know?
of. I haven't heard of any. Every African, actually, I've come to realize that every African culture loves their music, and their music is unique. That is why we get now different, artists, even people from the diaspora trying. That is, to use our own music, because African music is highly selling. And in terms of the type of sport that the Senegalese people love, it's called wrestling, which is called lamb in Senegal, and they actually get to participate in that, which is something tradition that has been passed to them, of course, from their ancestors. And also, one thing is that they also do have some groups amongst them. I'm talking about the likes of the Fulani. We've seen the Fulani in different West African countries. We do have the Serer, we do have the Diola, the Malinke. These are just a part of the Senegalese people. And let me just share, keep some of their artwork as you
Okay,
get.
okay,
Yes.
okay, bro. Hold on. Before you share, Cammy. That's how you know these borders are aligned. Okay, so I'm a Fulani in Senegal. But I got Fulani in Nigeria too, right? Cammy. Am I Nigerian or am I damn Senegalese? Since I'm a Fulani. Because the Fulani in, you got Fulani go all the way to damn Saudi Arabia. So that's why I said these borders are phony. So I'm a Nigerian, but I'm a Fulani. And I'm a Fulani now that speaks English. And in Senegal, I'm a Fulani that speaks French. So that tells you would say, well, you're different people. No, you're not no damn different people. You were
Yeah,
colonized, and so now you were broken. So now you were broken up into different parts of Africa, but you're still the same damn people. But you speak different languages. So that's what I'm saying, African people. We got to stop this division. The ignorance is killing us. The ignorance.
true.
We're not different people. We're not. If you know African history, when I look at the African curators, they start to understand this from Ghana to Zimbabwe. That to be tribalist is stupid. We've traveled all throughout Africa. Thank God they understand this. To be tribalist is stupid. And Africans, you got to stop saying you're an ethnic group because you're 500 people. That's not an ethnic group. That's what white people told you, and your corrupt leaders keep saying, "Oh, this is an ethnic group." You're not a goddamn ethnic group. You can't even fit a damn auditorium. We're a different ethnic group. You're not. You're not a different damn ethnic group. Only people they do that to is the African. Like, imagine I'm in Japan or China or Europe. You got 500 British talking about we're different ethnic groups from the other British. They'll laugh you out the goddamn country. What the hell are you talking about? I'm talking crazy. So that's what I'm saying. You're not a different ethnic group. You're not even a different people. Sorry. I know you want to believe you are, but sorry, you're not. They got 47 or 45 tribes in Kenya. You know what? Sadly enough, you're the same people. Sadly enough, you're the same people. You might got different ways of doing things, but sadly enough, if I just go through plain science and take all you guys' genetics, every one of you will say B1, B1, I'm losing my damn mind. E1, B1A. He said, oh, we're all E1, B1A. Yes, that means you're not a different genetic. I mean, it means you're not a different ethnic group. You're all E1, B1A genetically. So it means you're the same people. Oh, yes. I'm going to use science. I'm not going to go with your group ethnic group. I'm going to use science. You're all E1. And I know Kenyans, what their genetics are. I've studied everybody's genetics. Kenyans are E1, B1A, every last one of you. So it means, you know what? You're the same people. I'm sorry. I know you want to fight. I know you want to say you're different. But sorry, ethnically, it's a lie. Genetically, you're the same. And white people know that. But they will tell you different ethnic groups, how you fight against each other, how you do tribal games where you lose power. And white people can come in and steal resources and try to steal Kenya like they did in the past. Get it?
True.
But you're the same people. You're E1, B1A. That's a fact. Don't believe me, Kenyans? Go get a genetic test. It's a E1, B1A. Whether you come from Mombasa, you gotta be black. Not no Indian, not no East Indian calling themselves a Kenyan. I mean an African, goddamn it. An African.
Mm-hmm.
Not no East Indian or no white person in Kenya. An African Kenyan. Whether you be from Mombasa all the way over to the damn Ugandan border over there called Kissimmee. You are E1B1A. Think you're the same people. Sorry. Go ahead, Gary.
I really appreciate your arguments, Takit. And let me just read the comments here. That General Mosquito had said ethnic minority, and also at I think Ricardo earlier on had said calmed and let this learned person speak on the damages from the colonizers, including America. Peace be still. That is the comment there. And of course, the General Mosquito had earlier on said that, of course, they are known for wrestling as the national sport. That is in terms of Senegal. And of course, we are almost coming to the end of the show, but we really appreciate everyone who did get to tune in. And before that, one thing that also gets to make Senegal to be a unique, or rather to be, that unique African country is also they do have the Haji, which actually takes place the month of July. And this is more like, it's more like, the pilgrimage actually, whereby it is a religious festival that, thousands of people get to go there and pray, and it happens on that is the month of July. For example, last year, I believe, this year actually it's going to happen on the month of July, that is on 17th, that is on Saturday, and it will end on the 22nd, that is on Thursday, still the same month. Of course, dates might get to vary, but that is also something so unique about, of course, about Senegal. And last but not least, did you know that in Senegal, actually, it hasn't looked after its national symbol? That is one shocking thing that I did get to realize, that Senegal hasn't looked, of course, in terms of its national symbol. It hasn't, of course, looked into that, and it's quite crazy considering that different African countries have their own national symbols, are highly guarded. But in Senegal, it's just, I think its flag is just on its own level. And also, it has, of course, one thing that is known. We have talked about this. That is the darkest, of course, the tallest statue. I'm talking about Dakar. That is the statue that is found in Dakar. Keith, earlier on you had talked about this. That is the statue with a man, a child, and a woman.
A man, a child. I get it. Yeah, family. Thank God. That's African culture. You wouldn't go see a statue with a man and a man, or a woman and a woman. That is not African. You're going to see a man and a beautiful African woman and a child.
Mm-hmm.
That's the law. The African always knew the laws of the universe.
True.
The man, masculine energy, feminine energy come together, create light. You got to have masculine, and the feminine, these are energies, right? Energies.
True.
That create life. That's how the universe works. It's not just, let's say, in human form, but every form of universal law has masculine and feminine energy to create life. That's how they all create. You can't have two men digging each other's butts or two women licking on each other to create life. I'm sorry.
You are correct. You are absolutely correct.
So in Europe, they try to bring that to Africa. African people, that's not our culture. Every time you got white people, they bring that to African people. That's why you got it bad in America and bad in South Africa, because it's a big white population. So you got a bunch of gay black people in America, and you got a bunch of gay black people in South Africa. And we got white people.
Kit, you're breaking a little bit.
The black people are breaking up.
Kit, you're breaking. Kit,
Yeah, I
can you
hear you,
hear
Captain.
me?
I'm breaking. I'll be quiet. Yes, I hear you,
All right.
Captain. You said I'm breaking up.
All right. All right. It is all good, but of course, Keith is right that it is of course our role as Africans to remind this new generation that in terms of relationship and so on. This statue in Senegal speaks it all, but you'll be shocked to realize that when you get to go to these, European countries, you might be shocked at the type of statues that you get to see, and which is just one way of brainwashing our minds. But this is quite amazing that what Senegal gets to offer, and you can see it is a very, very a big statue. I wouldn't mind taking pictures here. This is so big, and whomever designed this definitely must have taken quite a lot of time. But just to read the comments before you do come to the end of the show, General Mosquito, you have said, man and a boy or man and the animal like in Europe. Okay, that is quite crazy. Of course, we have seen some of these, statues giving you the wrong idea of how it should be in our society. But really appreciate at General Mosquito, at Ricardo, and also we got to appreciate that is at Kids for providing this platform whereby we have gotten to interact, whereby we have gotten to talk about trending African issues. We've also talked about some issues that do get to that is affect us as Africans, both the present and also in the past. And remember, I do also have other shows that are coming right a bit. And before we even come to the end of the show, remember we do have the Tanzanian tour that is set to take place. That is the month of April. So of course, remember to get to join us, because this is something that is definitely going to be thrilling. I wouldn't mind, going there and giving myself another second chance to get to understand myself, because the moment you are, of course, traveling around the world, it gives you that, it makes you take a look at life from a different angle, and I'm talking about a positive angle. And of course, also for those who have missed the show, remember you can get to log in at www.blackoutfirenetwork.com, and you can proceed and get to watch some of these episodes that you have missed. And still on Blackout Fire Network, you can proceed and get, that is a tool, listen to the great music that plays there. We do have some blogs there for you. You can get to read them. And also, we also do get to appreciate when you get to donate to support the stream. That is by simply logging into www.blackoutfirenetwork.com. Much peace and love, and I really appreciate everyone who did get to join me on the Calmie African Diary Show right here on the Blackout Fire Network Media for the 21st century. Muwe na siku njema, that is a Swahili, of course, a word that means do have a great day. And of course, I really appreciate everyone who did get tuned to the show, who was on the show, and who was also watching and listening to the show. Do have a productive Wednesday, as we are almost coming to the end of the month. Keep it the Blackout Fire Network Media for the 21st century.